Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Gems of Knowledge. So I am here with an interesting video on the topic corrosion from the chapter metals and non-metals, and this is the last part of the chapter, that is corrosion. Okay, so before starting my video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell button to get the notification as soon as I post my new videos. Okay. So here, first thing we should know what is corrosion. Okay, the surface of some metals such as iron is corroded when they are exposed to moist air for a long period of time. So this process is nothing but known as corrosion. Okay, so according to this definition, whenever whatever type of metal it may be, okay, so when it is exposed to moist air for a long period of time, okay, when it is exposed to the air for a long period of time, what happens is they get a colored layer onto their surface. Okay, so that process is nothing but known as corrosion. Okay, you can see the example over here. The silver becomes black when it is exposed to air as it reacts with air to form a coating of silver sulfide. So you can see silver will become black, okay, when it is exposed to air because it reacts with air and it forms a coating of silver sulfide. So silver sulfide is the coating which is deposited onto the layer of the silver and it seems like black in color. Okay, similarly copper reacts with moist carbon dioxide present in the air. Okay, so the copper will react with the carbon dioxide which is present in the air and gains a green coat of copper carbonate. So this copper, it will react with the carbon dioxide which is present in the air and it will get a greenish color onto the top of the copper. That is nothing but the copper carbonate. Okay. Yes, so similarly you can see the third one here. Iron, when it is exposed to moist air, acquires a coating of a brown flaky substance called as rust. So iron is a substance which when reacts with the moist air, it gets a brown color coating and it will be a flaky substance. That substance is nothing but called as rust. Yes, so I hope you people remember I asked you a question in a previous video that the iron is never used in its pure state. Okay, so here is the answer for it. The iron is never used in its pure state because pure iron is very soft and it can stretch easily when it is hot. Okay, so basically when the iron is pure, it will be in its very soft condition and it can stretch easily. So that's why it is not used in its pure state. Okay, so now the question arises, how can we prevent the corrosion? There are few methods of preventing corrosion. The first one is painting. Okay, by painting the different substances, different metals, we can even avoid the corrosion. Okay, then oil. There are few metals where we can prevent corrosion by oiling them or by greasing them. Okay, by applying the grease onto their surface, even then also we can prevent the corrosion for some time. Okay, so galvanizing, chrome plating, anodizing and alloy. So what is galvanizing? I'll explain you here. Chrome plating also I'll explain you. Anodizing, so you have already studied what is anodizing in my previous video. If you are not aware of it, I'll provide you the link of that particular video in the description box. Okay, so then next is alloying. So this three process, that is galvanizing, chrome plating and alloying, will be studying now. So what is galvanizing? It is a method of protecting steel and iron from rusting by coating them with a layer of zinc. So what is galvanizing? It is the process by which we can protect the steel and iron from rusting. Okay, by applying a coating of layer zinc. By applying the layer of zinc, we can protect the steel and iron from rusting. So that process is nothing but called as galvanizing. Similarly, what is chrome plating? It is a technique of electroplating a thin layer of chromium on a metal object. So by using the technique of electroplating metal, what we can do is applying the chromium, a thin layer of chromium to any metal. That is nothing but called as chrome plating. Okay. Do you know this? The pure gold which we are using today is known as 24 karat gold. Yes, the gold which we are using today is nothing but 24 karat gold. It is very soft and it is not suitable for making jewelry. Okay, so 24 karat gold is very soft, so it is not suitable for making jewelry. So it is alloyed either with silver or copper to make it hard. So in India, we are using 22 karat gold today. It means 22 parts of pure gold is used and the 2 parts is nothing but the alloy is used to prepare it as a 24 karat gold. Similarly, alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or a metal and a non-metal. So what is alloy? Alloy is nothing but a homogeneous mixture. It is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. Okay, either two metals or a metal with a non-metal. This is nothing but alloy. Okay, next we need to study the constituents of metals. So by mixing some of the metals, we can make a different type of metal. Okay, so you can see here iron. When it is mixed, when the iron is mixed with a small amount of carbon, it becomes hard and stronger. So when it is mixed with carbon, it becomes hard and stronger. Okay. So do you know this? There is an iron pillar near the Qutub Minar which is 8-meter height and 6,000 kgs. Okay. It is present in Delhi and it was built more than 1,600 years ago by the iron workers of India. It has a special quality of rust resistance, so it has been examined by the scientists all over the world. Can you imagine that all over the world scientists has imagined it just to know the quality of its rust resistance. Okay, similarly you can see steel. When how can we get the steel? When the iron is mixed with nickel and chromium, we get a element called as steel. You can see brass has been given here. It is a element which we get from mixing the copper and zinc. Okay, similarly bronze, when we mix copper and tin, what we get is bronze. So what is the symbol for writing tin? That is nothing but SN. Okay, then solder is a metal which we get by mixing lead and tin. Next, amalgam is a metal where one of the metal will be nothing but the mercury. One metal is mercury and when it is mixed with another metal, it is called as amalgam. So when mercury is mixed with any of the other metal, it is called as that metal along with the amalgam. Okay, so just for an example I can tell you, when the zinc is mixed with mercury, it is nothing but called as zinc amalgam, where one metal will be mercury. Okay, so till now we have learned about corrosion and how to prevent corrosion. Let us answer some of the questions which are given on page number 55. So let's start with the first question. First question is given as metallic oxides of zinc, magnesium and copper were heated with the following metals. So you can see a tabular column which is present over there, and in that tabular column they have shown us three metals, that is zinc, magnesium and copper. And these three metals, when they are heated with zinc oxide, magnesium oxide and copper oxide, we have to tell what are the reactions taking place. So you can see the below one more question is asked, in which cases you will find displacement reaction taking place. So we have to answer where the displacement reaction will takes place. So let's quickly move on to the solution of this. Okay, so here you can see there is no reaction here and there is no reaction here. There is only displacement reaction over here. So when this magnesium is heated in presence of this zinc oxide, what happens? Zinc will be replaced with this magnesium. It means displacement reaction. Displacement of zinc to magnesium will takes place. Okay, similarly in the second case you can see there is no reaction in all the three conditions. Okay, and in the third case, next case, you can see there is displacement here also and here also. So when copper oxide is heated with zinc or magnesium, in both the cases there will be displacement reaction and the copper will be displaced. Okay, copper will be displaced to zinc and magnesium. Okay, I hope this answer is clear for you. If you are having any doubts regarding this, you can comment me down below. I'll definitely help you out. Okay, so the next question here is, which metals do not corrode easily? The question is asked, which metals do not corrode easily? So don't get confused with corrode. Corrode is nothing but similar to rusting. Rusting we called it in case of iron, but in other metals we call it corrosion. So corrosion and rusting is similar case. Okay. So which metal do not corrode easily? So the question asked here is, which is the metal which is not corroding easily? So the answer to this question is silver, gold and platinum. These are the three metals which do not corrode easily. This is, if we wear it on a daily basis also, it is not going to react with oxygen, water or anything else. Okay. So the last question here is on page number 55. What are alloys? Okay, so let's answer it. It is the homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or metal with a non-metal. So what is alloy? It is a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means it is a type of mixture where we cannot identify which metal it is. So both the metals or a metal or non-metal. It is the combination of two metals, either two metals or a metal with a non-metal. Okay, that type of mixture is nothing but called as alloy. So that's all for today. If you like my video, do hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button if you are new to my channel. And if you are having any doubts regarding this, please comment me down below. I'll be back soon with another topic, so stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you.